everyone. Welcome back with Tea Time with Tea. On today's chapter, I will be getting a little bit deep. I will be talking about bullying and everything I've experienced. I first want to start off again with thanking everyone for joining me in my introduction last week. That was a lot of fun, and I got a lot of great feedback and responses. So I do want to say thank you to all of you. But in today's chapter, I will be talking about kind of my entire history of being bullied. I might start crying. I will be honest, you might start crying. But this is very therapeutic for me, myself, and I'm hoping for someone else so you guys don't feel like you're alone. Yeah. In today's tea, I'm trying out that peach Bellini from Target. I can't think of, Tivana. Let's see. So good. So many of you guys were like, oh my god, how is it? It's my first time trying it. It's delish. So freaking good. It smells so fruity. It's delish. Okay, let's get started. So, like I said, this is going to be really tough because I'm going to be so open, so honest, so raw with all of you about all the experiences I've had being bullied. I kept going back and forth, like, do I want to talk about anxiety? Do I want to talk about bullying? I decided on bullying because it's something that people do face on a regular, but I feel like it's kind of quiet right now. No one's really discussing it. I get it because we're not in, kids aren't in school, people aren't being at work right now, but I really wanted to kind of dive into that. Yeah? Okay. So, the first memory I have of being bullied was in junior high. Like I stated, I'm Hispanic Italian. I'm very hairy. Yeah, I am. I know, that's weird. It's not something you really talk about, but it's true. There was a guy who had told me that he could see my mustache. It was hard, I was in 8th grade. And to hear that, I was like, oh my God, like, what do I do? And I know the guy had a crush on me, and we're still friends, and he became my boyfriend after that. I don't want to say your name, but hi, if you remember this story. But, yeah, so he told me I had a mustache. So I cried to my mom when I went home, and I was like, Mom, what do I do? She told me about Nair, because my sister had been using Nair. And thank God it was during Christmas break, so I had 2 weeks off. I Naired my upper lip, and it burned me. Like, straight up, I had a scar, like scabs, not scars, excuse me. I had scab all up my upper lip. I had to stay home for the entire 2 weeks of Christmas break because that damn Nair burned my skin. And that was the first time I ever realized that I had sensitive skin. It was very traumatic, to go through something like that at such a young age. You don't talk about it. You don't talk about it with your friends. You don't do any of that. And after that, I started shaving it. Biggest mistake. I should have never done that, but I was desperate. I didn't know waxing wasn't really big then, or my mom never talked to us about it. I know you could bleach your skin, like my sister used to do that. She used to bleach her hair, but I'm like, I'm already hairy, like it's gonna show even more. So that was the first time I was bullied. It was really tough. It sucked. Yeah. Well, that same guy when him and I first started dating, I guess he had been talking to this other girl, and the girl was super jealous of me, and she hated that I was talking to him and that he liked me. That's besides the point. Anyway, her good friend this is where the real big bullying started happening, started harassing me, where she would come and just talk shit to me. And I was tiny in 8th grade, like super small. And at the time, this girl seemed ginormous because she was so tall. And she would literally have all these big girls come and harass me. I remember one time we all had math together, and I waited to be the last one because I was already scared because they had already been picking on me. And I walked out of the classroom, and she came up to me and she was like, oh, Tiara, whatever the heck she was saying. Well, this other chick, this really like thick girl, was like behind me, and I kept trying to walk away, and she kept pushing me. She's like, you're not gonna walk away until she's done talking to you. That girl was my friend, so I thought. So that's when the bullying started happening. My dad would go to my junior high and tell the principal and be like, oh, my daughter's being bullied. My dad would always talk me through it and be like, you're not doing anything wrong. I mean, this was severe. Like, shove me, push me, do everything, all because of a stupid guy. Dumb. Well, one day after school, my dad took me to Wiener Schnitzel's, and I remember us sitting at the booth, and my dad was like, Mija, don't you dare let her hit you. Don't you dare. Like, the minute she hits you, you're down. Like, you're not going to be able to get back up. Like, it's game over for you. And I said, okay. He's like, if you hit her, I won't be mad at you. I'm like, okay. The next day, sure enough, her and her friends came after me and my friends during lunch. And so here's my little ass talking to this tall girl, and she was like going off on me. I had my little baby fist, and I was ready. And I straight up, boom, I decked her in the jaw. And she goes, oh, hell no, that bitch didn't just hit me. She yanked my hair, tossed me around, threw me against the wall, and started like hitting me and socking me. Her friends started jumping in and started hitting me and socking me. My friends weren't fighters either. We didn't know what the fuck we were doing. So my friends were trying to pull us apart. This is the time, guys, okay, I'm aging myself a lot, where I used to have little butterfly clips and press-on nails. My press-on nails were all over the floor. My butterfly clips had all come off my hair. They were broken. They were shattered. So my friends pulled us apart. I ran to the principal, and I went crying to the principal, and I was like, oh my God, I was just in a fight. And she was like, well, Tiara, since you hit her first, like, I can't really do anything. If she would have hit you first, I could have expelled her, but yeah. Anyway, so me and this girl ended up going to the same high school. We both auditioned to be pep girls our freshman year. She didn't get it. I did. Yeah, that pissed her off. So, needless to say, mind you, her sister, which I'm very close friends with her sister still, was in varsity pep with me. So her and I became great friends. That even pissed her sister off even more, the one that bullied me in junior high. So she pretty much bullied me like my freshman year. She had all of the senior cheerleaders who were BFFs with her because she got into varsity cheer, which I was in varsity pep. So that was another nightmare. But that was my first really big bullying situation that was really traumatic and really tough and really hard for me. And then high school, one of the moments, please, I just want to kind of put this disclaimer out there. Guys, these are my experiences. I'm not telling you what to do, what you shouldn't do. I'm not telling you, oh, these people are fucked up. Like, I'm not trying to do any of that. This is just what I experienced, my feelings, my emotions, and I know my feelings and emotions are valid now being an adult. So I'm just going to share them with you. Being a cheerleader, being a dancer, I grew up doing hip hop. Like, hip hop was always my favorite style of dance to do. And there was a stomp group in high school. And me, I was like, oh shit, like, I want to do that. Like, that's so cool. Like, it's a form of hip hop, and, it's all about beats, which I love, because in tap, everything was like all about, the beats. And so I went to the group of stomp girls, and I was like, hey, can I join? And they were shady as fuck. So they let me join the first day, and then they straight up, like, God, there had to be like 10 of them who surrounded me and were like, oh, you're just joining the team to steal the routine, to take it to the cheerleaders. Oh, you're just here to steal our dance moves. I was crying hysterical. Like, I was terrified. All I wanted to do was dance. All I wanted to do was step. Like, I didn't want to take anything to the cheerleaders. It had nothing to do with that. Like, it was just me and my personal thing. Yeah, it was embarrassing. It was really rough. Okay, that was another story. Another major one that I went through. So on my next chapter, I will be discussing my anxiety, but just a quick note, when I was in high school, I wouldn't even walk around by myself because that's how bad my anxiety was. Like, I literally had to be with someone at all times. I remember one day, I think it was my senior year or junior year, I had to go turn in something to a teacher during lunch. I remember begging my friends, please come with me, please. And they were all like, no, you'll be fine, it's lunch, we're gonna get lunch, like, come meet up with us after. And I was like, please, can someone like come with me? I don't feel comfortable. And they're like, Tiara, you're fine. So I went to the class, and as I'm walking back, some girl comes up to me and she's like, hey, are you Tiara? And I'm like, yeah. She straight up, okay, it must have been my junior year, because she straight up embarrassed me, went off on me about some guy. It was always about guys. About some guy, about him having a crush on me. And I was like, what the heck? I remember I was crying hysterical. I had to go to like our counselor. She had to take me home because it was so traumatic, because I literally was right in front of the senior patio, embarrassing me in front of everyone. And after that, I was like, this is why I don't go anywhere by myself. Like, that chick literally like went off on me. Okay, so that was another one. Then, sorry, I'm talking fast. Then there was a situation where I don't want to talk too much about it because it has to do with my family, a family member, where I was being bullied because of the situation. These girls, big girls, once again, I was tiny still in high school, would follow me wherever I went, would be there when I got out of class, and would push me and shove me and call me every freaking cruel name possible. I remember one time it was going to and from class, and one of them like shoved me. And the one time I tried to be brave and I was like, fuck you, bitch, or something like that. And thank God the security guard was standing up on like some planter, and she was like, what are you girls doing? And like, I remember like my heart dropped, because I was like, I could have died right now. Like, this chick was huge compared to me. And the way they used to push me and shove me. For what? They didn't know me. None of these chicks that used to bully me knew me. Not one. Not one of them bullied me because of my personality. Not one of them bullied me because I was mean. They bullied me because of what they thought I was, or what I had, or what I was doing. So high school was very rough. Very rough. Yeah, I was bullied, I think all 4 years, over something or other. And then let's take it now to the workplace. I will not be discussing where this happened. I will not be discussing names. This does not associate myself with where I work. So please, another disclaimer, it has nothing to do with that. So I don't want to come and get in trouble over it. But there was this woman who I used to work with. She was older at the time. She had to been like in her 60s. I don't really remember, 50s, 60s, something like that. Everyone loved her. Everyone loved her. They thought she was literally the best thing ever. And her and I got along at first, and I don't remember, from some reason we didn't get along. Well, she would start going to my managers and saying I was bullying her, me and one of my peers, that her and I were bullying her, and that we were going to get a written for it. And I remember thinking, what have I done? I haven't done anything. Mind you, this woman used to buy high heels for the managers, would take the managers out, would do all these things. Little fun fact, I'm not a kiss ass. I will not kiss your ass, never have, never will, ever. That's just who I am. I don't believe in it. I feel like we're all equal. We can all be on the same playing field if you all work hard. So I will not kiss anyone's ass. This woman did. She made my life miserable at this location. I found out like years after that she ended up getting fired because everything caught up to her. And I remember like crying of like just being so happy. And I was like, okay, karma. Like, I started thinking maybe it was me. Why don't people like me? Why am I being bullied? Now that bitch had it coming. So cool. And now let's move a little bit further than that. I worked with someone who was very cruel and unhappy. Not just to me, to everyone. I saw this person literally bully so many of my peers out of a location. They were uncomfortable being there. They would say something and this person would roll their eyes or make some rude comment about them. Right in front of, like, this person did not care, had no filter, just mean. Me and this person got along at first. Even for my wedding, I remember this person giving me a hug and be like, oh my God, congratulations, you'll be fine, you'll be great, whatever it is. out of nowhere, this person hated me, and then I was on that list with everyone else. Once again, I'm not gonna kiss your ass. I'm not. You don't like me? Okay, fine. I'll try to figure out why, because I want to know, okay, was it something I did? Is it something I should apologize for? Is it something like behavior I should correct? So I will overanalyze the situation, but I will not kiss that person's ass. I just won't. One time, I decided to clean out a refrigerator, and I threw everything away because no one else would do it. And I'm a clean freak and I like things to be clean. The next day, this person went ape shit. Who the hell cleaned the refrigerator? Mind you, the person knew it was me, but was very passive aggressive and was like, whoever threw everything away. So I finally knew, okay, it's my time. I have to own it. Like, I have to own when I did something. So I said, yeah, I cleaned the refrigerator yesterday. Like, that was me. Well, are you going to pay me for my drink? I said, if you would like me to, yeah, I will. That was my mistake. I should have made sure that you were done with it before I threw it away. And this person goes, all right, the total is $475. And I said, okay. So I went to go find $475 and pay that person back. Because I was like, you are not going to talk to me that way. You're not going to disrespect me. When I'm trying to do something good for everyone, you're going to be mad because of a drink that you didn't even label in the first place when it's stated on the refrigerator to label it. So, I mean, there was more stuff that happened with this person. I finally went to my manager and was crying to her and was like, I don't know what to do. You know, like, I want to go to HR. I want to write statements. This manager told me to my face, okay, I can't tell you not to. I can't tell you not to go to HR. I can't tell you not to write a statement. But I want you to know you probably won't win. I said, what? This person has a lot of lawyers, knows a lot of lawyers, friends with a lot of lawyers. A lot of people have complained about this person, but everyone's too scared to take it to HR. People are too scared to write statements about this person. So I said, okay. I'm all about doing what's right from wrong. In that moment, I had to do that for myself. I'm not going to allow this person to keep treating me this way. I'm not going to allow this person to keep treating everyone else in this location this way. So many of my friends were literally bullied by this person. And I said, no, I can't speak on their behalf, but I will speak on my behalf. And I will speak of my experiences with this person. And that's what I'm going to be writing on those statements. Obviously, nothing ever happened, of course. But at least I knew I stood up for myself. And I stood up for what I knew was right and what I knew was wrong, and knew what no one should have been treated that way. So, one more major one. And I do apologize if any of you know the story or have heard the story, but this one is probably my biggest one. So, I transferred to a new department, and when I applied for this position, I had no idea what it was. No idea. I was like, you know what? It's kind of what I've been doing. I'm just going to give it a shot. I remember my manager coming to me and telling me, hey, I'm sure there's a lot of people applying for this position, so I don't want you to get your hopes up. And I was like, oh, okay. This is someone who is supposed to be mentoring me. This is someone who I should be looking up to. This is someone who should be supporting me. Just told me to not get my hopes up. So I applied. I had an interview. The day of my interview, I had to work. I remember I went to my manager and I was like, hey, my interview is like in an hour. And the manager's like, oh, okay, like, do you want to like have a mock interview real quick? How's your anxiety doing? And I was like, it's fine. I don't really know what this position is, so I'm just gonna speak my truth. And so my manager's like, okay, that's fine. I go have my interview. I knew I felt good. I knew I felt right. I just literally just said everything that I needed to about this specific subject and did it. I ended up getting the position. And so I transferred. I was not welcomed with open arms. I knew no one. I was already hated by my old department, and that was my own fault. I wasn't the leader I had wanted to be. I wasn't the leader I was intended to be. I was angry. I was hurt. I was frustrated. I took it out on everyone around me. But when I went to this new department, I was like, this is a fresh start. It's a fresh, new year, new me kind of attitude. Like, this is stuff that I love. I'm very passionate about leadership. I'm really passionate about training, all of this stuff. But no one else was happy that I came on board. I was alone. I was treated badly. I had someone tell me to my face, well, I want you to know that no one liked you in the other department. Everyone hated you. So I sat there and I took it. I said, okay, I'm hearing you. I'm taking that feedback. Thank you. I said, what would you advise me to do? And this person was like, you don't know anyone on this team. You haven't taken the time to get to know anyone on this team. I said, okay. Note taken. Thank you. My anxiety got really bad during this time. I had anxiety attacks at work in front of managers. I had to see a therapist. I had never felt so hated before in my life, even after all the stuff I went through in junior high and high school. Like, this was by far the worst. I was alone. I felt like I made a wrong decision. Why did I accept this position? No one wanted me. Do I belong here? Am I not good enough? I mean, all the emotions that you feel when you're not welcome somewhere, that's how I felt. Still to this day, I'm so surprised and shocked that I didn't give up. I wanted to. I told my therapist, I was like, I want to quit. I hate this place. I hate this company. I'm done. I don't know why I keep dealing with this stuff. This person wanted me to fail. But I guess I believed in what I was doing so much that I said I couldn't. I knew the person who interviewed me, the two managers that interviewed me, and the one who gave me the position, they saw something in me that no one else had seen for years. No one else. I'm not gonna let them down. I deserve to be here. I have worked hard. I have been in a leadership position since I was 19. I've worked hard to be where I'm at today. Okay, fine, maybe no one likes me in my other department. But does not mean I was going to carry that over to here. I fought so hard, so hard. One of my favorite quotes is from Princess Diaries too. I'm probably going to butcher it, but this is kind of how I remember it. It says, how can you rule the people if you don't know the people? And that quote really kind of clicked to me when she gave me that feedback. And I was like, you're right. I don't know them. I made sure to set up meetings with as many of people on this team as I could. I had one-on-ones with them. I had walks with them. I literally just tried to build those connections with them to get to know them as people and not just people on this team. This team, when I started, was a team of like 10, and now it's a team of 64. And I know a lot of people are like, that's too big of a team, that's too big of a team. And I said, no, I want to give people the opportunity. I want to give someone the opportunity to be a leader. If they believe it in themselves, I'm going to believe it in them too. So that's why I did that. Don't get me wrong, this journey in this new home has not been easy, but it's been worth it. Because I believe that there's so much that I can do. There's so much that I can put into it. There's so much that my team can do that no one was able to see before. But okay, enough about that. I don't want to, obviously you guys already saw me like tearing up. That was one of the hardest bullying situations that I've gone through. It literally felt like it was never ending. Like I just couldn't, I remember just being at work and like feeling suffocating, like I was suffocating, like I just couldn't breathe. I couldn't do anything. No matter what I did, I couldn't live. So I know I shared a lot. I'm at 25 minutes. I shared a lot with you guys about bullying. What I want you guys to take home with it is there are people who weren't happy. Every single person who bullied me, besides the first guy, because he had a crush on me and we were in 8th grade, but besides that, every single person was unhappy. I had something that they wanted. I had something that they wished they had. It took me years to realize I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't deserve to be bullied. I didn't deserve to be treated badly. I didn't deserve to be hated on. It was their own issue. It was their own stuff going on in their head. And what I have learned is I will never escape bullying. Like, I just feel like I'm just that easy target for whatever reason. But I'm hoping that as the years go on, I get stronger and I'm able to handle it and I'm able to have those crucial conversations with people, which then I wasn't. Because it's tough and it's hard and you have to rip that damn Band-Aid off and just have that talk with them and figure out the root of the problem. And always know it's not personal. It's honestly has nothing to do with you. It's them. And I know how cliche that might sound, but every situation that I've already shared with you guys, I know it wasn't my thing. It wasn't my issue that I was joining a step team. It wasn't my issue that my family member was having issues with someone else and so I was bullied by those girls. It wasn't my issue that this guy had a crush on me and not this other chick's friend. It wasn't my issue that I got this position. Like, it wasn't my fault. Just be nice, be empathetic, always put yourself into someone else's shoes. Like, just be like, I wonder how they're feeling right now. I'm gonna do a shout out, which I can't believe I'm doing this, but Mackenzie Keck, girl, I love you. The reason why I respect this woman and I love her is because when everyone else had some kind of perception of me, when no one wanted to give me a try, give me a chance, get to know me as a leader, as a person, as a human, she did. She said, I don't care what you guys say about her. I'm gonna get to know her. And she was the first person to get to know me as who I am. So girl, I will always have mad respect for you because you gave me a shot when no one else would. So I will always back you up. But yeah, so thank you guys again. Oh, my tea's probably cold now. Woo! This is honestly like one of my favorite teas. But my next tea time with tea will probably be about anxiety, and that one's gonna be super deep too. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. I will be traveling to Fresno next weekend, so this setup won't be as good. Lighting might be super weird. I don't really know where I'm gonna do it at. And I'm gonna be changing my hair color again, so it'll be different. But thank you guys again for being open, being vulnerable with me. This isn't easy. If you guys want to share, I had so many people share their personal stories with me through Instagram, text messages, whatever. If any of you guys want to be special speakers, we could do a live tea time with tea. If you guys want to do a special speaker with me, we can do that. I'll probably think once I finish this, I'll probably be like, crap, I forgot this, crap, I forgot that. But anyway, regardless, thank you guys so much and enjoy your weekend, and thank you for joining Tea Time with Tea.